Hey guys, my name is Jack, and welcome to what I'm gonna call story time. I'm just gonna have some Rocket League playing in the background, and I'm just gonna tell you a story. I've seen other YouTubers do this, and I have some pretty good stories to share, so today I'm gonna share one, and maybe in the future I'll do another, so let's get started. When I was younger, I would play with the neighbors across the street a lot. I still do. But back then, their older brother and their older cousin would play with us. They were about 4 years older than me, and like 6 or 7 years older than the other two boys. Now they're much older and I barely get to see them. So, the people that played were me, Angus and Nikki, which have been in my videos in the past, and the older brother and cousin. I don't know if they want their name in the video, so I'm just gonna call them Phil and Jerry. We would almost always play cops and robbers every day after school. The teams would always be me, Nikki, and Angus versus Phil and Jerry. And we would always be the robbers, and Phil and Jerry would always be the cops. Now, this wasn't the traditional cops and robbers. Basically, there was no way for the robbers to win. We would just run around in my yard and their yard and try not to get caught as long as we could. The cops would try to locate us and put us in jail, which was my shed that would lock from the outside. We, as the robbers, would have to come up with really clever hiding places and always be one step ahead of Phil and Jerry. We were also allowed to unlock the shed if no one was guarding it at the time. Since there were 3 of us and 2 of them, they wouldn't be able to wrangle us all up at once and take us all to jail without one of us escaping. So, Phil and Jerry would carry ropes around with them so that if they caught us, they would temporarily tie us to a tree or something. To help you understand, here's an example. One time, Phil and Jerry caught 2 of us, me and Nikki. Angus was still out there hiding, thinking of how he could save us. Phil and Jerry knew that they couldn't waste their time taking both of us to jail because Angus would just camp around there and let us out right when they leave. So, Jerry took the stronger one, me, to jail, and Phil tied Nikki to a piece of lattice and just left him on the ground. Nikki wouldn't be able to go anywhere because he would be stuck on the lattice, so Phil would leave Nikki there temporarily and go look for Angus while Jerry took me to jail. I know, it sounds harsh, but we were tough. It was also pretty smart of them to do that. One day, we played cops and robbers, just like any day, but this day was different. Angus and Nikki were caught by Phil and Jerry on Angus's lawn. I thought they were going to do the usual and tie him to a tree or a piece of lattice. No. Today, Phil and Jerry had a sense of humor. They got Nikki's hands and tied them together. Then, they got the other end of that string and tied it to a high branch. Nikki was basically dangling from the tree, his feet barely touching the ground. It was a sight to see. Then there was Angus. They were extra creative with him. They took the time to get 2 wooden boards and nailed them together like a crucifix. Next, they laid it on the ground, grabbed Angus, and laid Angus on it as if he was Jesus. They tied up his arms to the sides and his feet to the bottom, and then they stood him up and leaned him against the house. They were both screaming my name and saying help. When I saw that, I knew I needed to get them. I couldn't jump down from where I was, so I had to go around the whole house. Once I got to them, Phil and Jerry were gone, and Angus and Nikki had given up on yelling my name, and they were dead silent. Angus had his head hung down. He literally looked like Jesus. I helped them both down and we all ran. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I always love telling people that story. I don't know why. It's just a fun story to tell. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.